today I really want to talk about women's financial stability leads to a better society. I really believe it because many women around the globe are being deprived of financial independency with little to no control over their finances. Women economic stability is one of the most significant setback for countries, for developing countries like Pakistan. Because not only these women are deprived, the impact of this, women cannot make decisions, women don't have money. The impact of this on future generation is immense. Because in Pakistan right now, when we talk about, because I was born and raised in Pakistan, especially I was born and raised in Chitral, female labor force participation in Pakistan is still well below other countries with similar income level. So despite growing by more than a half over a few decades, okay, I have this, according to World Bank data, as of 2019, only about 21.67% of Pakistani women with university degrees work outside the home. Everybody, all the other, half of the population of a country doesn't work. That means they do not contribute to a country's economic development. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing, because I consider being a mother, staying home with the kids is a job. And in our country, this kind of work from a woman should be considered a very prestigious job, a prestigious work. And this should empower women. This should give them financial control over their finances, over their kids' finances. If a husband is taking care of the business or the husband goes out and work, that doesn't mean that the wife should ask for each and every piece of money from the husband, thus becoming a completely dependent and having no control over the money when she has to spend on her kids. I think there should be a system in our countries that the money belongs to both of them. But in most cases, this doesn't happen. Usually, I've seen in many cases when kids come to mother that we need something to buy some stuff, and the mother says, go ask your father. There should be one decision maker when the kids need to have some certain things to buy, and the woman should be empowered to make that decision. And another thing that I really think that some women have more potential to go outside the house and work. And what is really important, our society, we are different as our house structures are definitely different. There are some anomalies, I'm not talking about them. But as a society in general, even in the West, the whole society and house structure is designed in such a way that it always encourages the guy in the family, the boy, the son in the family to strive for the best and to earn money, to take care of the family. On the other hand, we tell our daughters, our women, that be agreeable, be nice, so people like you, and don't be rude, and in other words, don't be assertive or don't be strong. That's what we've been telling our girls. So we are teaching them to be good girls. And on the other hand, we are telling our boys to go outside and do this work, do that, because you will be valued for what you do. On the other hand, we tell our daughters that you will be valued for what you are. A pretty woman, a nice woman, a woman who can make do of whatever she has available. So these are extra burdens that we are putting on women, on girls, when we are having daughters. These are the things we need to make sure that we should support our daughters as much as we support our sons, or we should as much support women in the family as much as we support the men in the family. These are some of the important things, because there's no such thing as being a self-made. There's a big notion in our areas. People say behind every successful man, there's a woman. But of course, because the whole generation of women or the whole generation of men are supporting one family member, guy member, to be successful in business. And now we need to see the same support for women. If she wants to start a business, the family should support her. So we'll be proud to say that behind every successful woman, there's a man. I think the society should shift that, like how women have been supporting men. Now men should grow up and come up and support women as well. It's ironically that in Chitral, literacy rate is closer to 100%. Women are, or guys and boys, guys and girls are educated. But the thing is, because the lack of employment, people are frustrated. It's a financial frustration. And when it comes to the girls population, they are more financially deprived, because when there are jobs, most of the time something is available for the guy, for men, but it is so hard for women to find jobs, because they have to find jobs in offices, in schools, because they cannot do odd jobs because the society don't allow them. But some women are breaking these stereotypes in Hunza and Gilgit areas, because they're now even construction workers. So this is happening slowly, but it has not come to Chitral yet. So because I believe, because of this, most of the time, because of this financial frustration, the suicide rate in my area was going up and up in Chitral, Pakistan, and also in Hunza and Gilgit, in all the northern areas, even Sawabi and Sawat, in these areas. Mainly women, 70%, but guys, men also. Boys also. This generation is, these people are mostly young who are killing themselves, committing suicide. So I have been wanting to do something about this since 2014. I have been doing seminars and some programs. Even in 2014, I had sponsored a psychologist from Switzerland, New Zealand, to come to Chitral and teach people some TBT techniques, like the tapping power. If you are going through stress and you are sad, you can use the tapping power and then feel better. And these were kind of things. Then I realized that was not enough, because this problem, can you believe, like in last 50 days, there were 9 suicides in Chitral alone. Young people. This is such an alarming rate. So, and then suicide happened in my own family in 2019. That kind of compelled me to do something about it. And I realized visual media was the best way, especially making a short film, I realized would be a better option to raise awareness in a broader level and kind of bring this issue to the mainstream media of Pakistan. And I'm so glad this happened. Because of this short film, people are now talking about suicide in Pakistan. And I gave many interviews to Pakistani channels, and that's also a good thing, and people now talk about it. So I think we've been able to raise some awareness about mental health issues. And a few days ago, one of the, actually the only senator from Chitral, met with Prime Minister Imran Khan and explained to him about these issues in Chitral. And he assured her he would do something meaningful, some meaningful investment around the infrastructure of mental health. And I think he did, because a few days ago I read news that under Asad Umar's leadership, they kind of carried out one of the largest mental health initiative in Pakistan. So that's a good thing. I see some progress there, and I get really happy. There are many social issues that I would want to highlight, and at the same time, I want to talk about some of the good stuff that we have in Pakistan. In Chitral, let's say in Chitral, we have amazing culture of hospitality. And overall in Pakistan, we have this amazing culture of supporting each other, supporting family. I want to see more support for female family members as well as for male family members, because that should be our next step. And we should start raising like good kids so they become responsible citizens when they grow up. So you're asking about my next project. This one thing that is so closer to my heart, I have seen many women suffer, is the issue of virasat in Pakistan. Because
the inheritance, what you say, like inheritance.
Inheritance, yes. The issue of inheritance, because it's in Islam, a daughter should inherit something from her family, from her father, to be exact. But it is not practiced. It is understood, it is believed, but it is not practiced in Pakistan or in our part of the world. They say a daughter should get love, a daughter should get gifts, a daughter should not get a piece of property, piece of the land. This is making all women very financially dependent on fathers, on brothers, and on husband, or even on sons. Because a woman has no power in Pakistan when she doesn't have, let me put it correctly, when she doesn't have money, exactly, she has less power. So this is the issue that I would like to raise, and I would want to see more women kind of come forward and get their share in a property. And I would say this, Chitral's administration is pretty good when it comes to implementing certain stuff. When it's given to them, they implement, and they implement stuff like vaccination, vaccinating the whole. In the beginning of COVID-19, Chitral stayed away from COVID cases for until July, and like for too long. There were very few COVID cases because they maintained people from coming and going to Chitral, entering Chitral. So this is a really good thing, and this should happen even more in a more structured way, because right now I see we have in Chitral only one district big hospital. So even that hospital had no facility for dialysis for kidney patients. So, and then later on they got some, but later on I found out there are many machines there, but the thing is they don't have people to run those machines. So it's kind of a bit mismanaged. So I really definitely, it will be amazing if they have the same system like they have here, the county systems, where like you know, like instead of going to the big area, big city, you have in your own small town some system where you go and they can take care of your problems right then and there easily. This will be fast enough for people. I think it is called some Baldiyati some Nizam. I don't know the explanation of it in Pakistan. So yeah, the county system would be amazing there. My closing remarks for the day would be, I always tell people that as women, we have to go through many obstacles. So it is really important, whatever we want to do, we have to be really clear about it. If we want to stay at home and take care of the kids, we need to communicate that with the family, that I want to stay home, take care of the family. That doesn't mean I want to disempower myself financially, because raising kids is a job. It should be mom and dad's responsibility. That's like, we have to be really clear about what we want, because we don't have the luxury of trying and trying and trying and then failing and failing and failing, because society so much stereotypes women and look at us very with critical lenses. So we have to be clear, we have to be precise, and we have to understand that support is very important, family support. This can be as little as just having someone to take care of the kids for 3 hours a day.